Guys, this is some of the deepest shit you're ever going to come by on the internet, and I'm going to actually unpack exactly why you've not achieved what it is you want to achieve in life, whether it be the money, the success, the freedom, the impact, the body, the relationships, so on and so forth, right? So understand this, right? Every single day your subconscious mind is going to feed your conscious mind, your reality, negative thought patterns, beliefs, certain things from the past that quite frankly don't serve the current version of you. It might be wee things you've heard from when you were younger, from your mum, your dad, your teacher, your brother, your sister, or anyone else for that matter, which changes your daily actions to this current day because they are so deep-seated in your current beliefs. And they show up in your actions, they show up in your behaviors day to day, right? So that subconscious mind is feeding this conscious mind of yours all this shit every single day, right? And there's the current version of you who might have an element of success. He might have a decent body. He might have a decent amount of money in the bank. He might have a decent lifestyle to some extent, but it's just decent. It's not really that good yet, right? You know it, I know it. It's not that good yet. But there's this current other version of you that you see, you write about, you manifest, you set goals based upon the assumption of the wish fulfilled of being there down the line, but you've not quite cracked it yet. You've not quite got there yet. And that guy in the future, he's got killer physique, awesome relationship, amazing businesses, printing money month on month on month, complete mastery, lifestyle freedom, everything. It's this crazy North Star goal that's just amazing. And you think about it 24/7, it's all you care about. But you've still not made it yet. You've still not made it there yet. And there's a brutal reason behind why you've not actually came to that reality, right? There's a brutal fact, and that is because you are distracted, right? You have this inability to go single track focus because you fear one of two things. Either you fear success because it's the unknown. You're scared of what happens if I actually go all fucking in, and I mean all fucking in. Well, there's going to be friction. There's going to be tension. It's the unknown, so it's dark and scary. You don't know what's on the other side. What do you have to attach to? What do you have to let go of? Who cannot be around you anymore? What do you have to let go of in your circle? The friends, the habits, the vices, the certain beliefs, the certain, lackadaisical habits which are keeping you stuck, or you fear failure. What happens if it doesn't work out? What happens if I give it a little bit of effort and I fail and I look silly and I look stupid? The thing is, right, you have to go all in. That's what we're trying to get at here, okay? Because see, if I was to create an analogy for you, imagine there was a hose pipe that was pointing 100 meters up in the air, and 100 liters of water had to be pushed through it with as much pressure and frequency and intensity as possible to get the water spurting out the top. And only when it spurts out the top and it's overflowing, that is when you achieve your goals. Imagine how much pressure, how much force would have to go through that pipe. But right now, you've got all these other little mini pipes hanging out the arse of this main pipe that's going towards certain distractions, certain people, certain old behaviors, certain bad habits. It's all draining that water out. So even if you're pushing as hard as you can, the water's draining out the bottom. So it will never amount out to the top. It will never spurt out and overflow to take you to the frequency of that entitled, enlightened state. Until you give 100% crystal clear focus, undiluted, undisturbed intensity and focus to that goal, you will always be distracted, right? Even if, guys, you have a certain set routine, certain habits right now that you write down every single morning. You're like, these are my goals, these are my intentions, that's what I'm aiming at, and you go through it, but then this pops up and that pops up and it pulls your distraction, it pulls you here and it pulls you there. Well, you are not the guy that has achieved all the goals then, because you're getting distracted by these minute, shitty little distractions, so to speak, right? There's little distractions that pop up, and it could be friends, it could be family, it could be your relationship, it could be certain habits, it could even be certain music, right? It could be anything, right? This is why to achieve your ultimate success in life, you have to have the craziest standards. You have to have the most wild standards known to man, and there can't be any compromise for shit standards. It can't be at all. You have to hold yourself, hold your relationship, hold your training, hold your nutrition, hold your financial literacy, hold your team, your staff, your business to the highest standards possible, right? Otherwise, you will be distracted. You could even be having a conversation with someone on a level playing field as you, that, let's say, for example, he's in decent shape, you're in decent shape, he's making this amount of money, you're making this amount of money, and you say, hey mate, how are you getting on? Well, I've had a really shit start to the day, and he's like thinking, I'm on the same level playing field as him. Oh, he's had a shit start to the day, have I had a shit start to the day? And then you contract into his emotional frequency, and you have a shit rest of the day because you met someone on a level which is a lower frequency than you want to be at, so you get pulled down. You contract into that negative frequency. And your frequency is what you frequently see, brother, right? And if you frequently see other people that are not succeeding, then you will not succeed. You need to be around people that are doing 10x what you're doing with the areas you want to do well in, whether that be body, business, lifestyle, mindset, relationships. Otherwise, you do not listen to them. You should not listen to them. You should stay so far away from these people at all costs, at all fucking costs, because they are the people that you don't know currently are destroying you. Death by 100 tiny cuts. You know it, I know it, right? And that subconscious mind of yours is installing all these people's beliefs around you. That's the drains going out, stealing away your focus, your flow, your energy, attention, and effort from hitting that North Star. So all your energy is draining to all these people. And it could be your relationship. You might have to have some weeks of friction in your relationship for that new standard to be cemented, for her to level up to your level. Or it might happen with your friends, your colleagues, and your business, a new standard you set that you will not tolerate going below. That needs to be set to the highest level possible for a long period of time for the new standard to be the foundation for you to grow from, for that hose pipe to have, nope, we're sealing that over, nope, we're sealing that over, nope, we're sealing that over. Because the thing is, right, like, you get to a point in life where you've built the vehicle, so to speak. You've got an F1 car, but you're worrying about the stickers on it, when in reality you just need to put the wheels on it and get it fucking moving at pace. And it doesn't matter even once you're in that car going at 100 miles an hour, if your foot's still hovering over the fucking brake, you won't know what fully released capacity is going to be like. And that's like those little drainers that are going out that are destroying that subconscious mind of yours, that are feeding the negative conscious thoughts daily with ones that don't serve you, right? So if you want to go all in, you need to have a clear-cut blueprint every single day to follow. This is something I follow every single day, which is a clear-cut, dialed-in blueprint. And if anything, and I mean anything tries to take me away from that, guess what? Cuts, done, bye, finito. If it doesn't serve me, not only right now, but it doesn't serve the level 10 version of me, then it doesn't serve me. It does not serve me now. Because I am not who I am today, I am who I want to be tomorrow, and so on and so forth. The only person that wants to be successful more than I do today is me tomorrow. And that's why every single day you have to cast votes for not only who you are, but who you want to be, right? You don't have to have it to be it, you have to be it to have it. You have to step into the wish fulfilled, the identity of the man who has that outcome. And only then, once you've cut all your losses, got rid of all the bullshit, got rid of all the noise, got rid of all the shit that is holding you back, small, medium, or large, that is only when you will be successful. I am being 100% transparent and honest. This is the sauce, this is the stuff that most guys or coaches or mentors will not tell you, but it is so true. And that's why you need a daily roadmap to follow, and you have to get hyper aware, hyper conscious, because even when you find out all of the things to do, the knowledge component of, I know I need to now do this to get from A to Z, you will not have the frequency or the alignment within that knowledge to apply it on the highest level if you are distracted, if energy is going here, there, and anywhere. Because you need to be 100% all in. Take it back to the hose pipe analogy. It needs 100% undisturbed focus and flow for it to be bursting full of fucking, you know, the good stuff, for it to reach that new level. If there's any holes in the bucket or any holes in the hose or any energy going anywhere else, then you're not all in. You're simply not all fucking in. And that's why your mindset is the most important part, because if your mindset is even being disturbed at all, then I tell you what, I tell you right here, right now, then you're not going to get the results you want, because there's going to be roadblocks. There's going to be blocks every single day. That's why it's so good to be in a proximity of those who are winning. That's why it's so good to be around someone who's in better shape than you, making more money than you, living a better life than you. You need to spend 33% of your time with people above you, 33% of your time with people on the same level playing field as you, but you don't take advice from, you only listen up, and then coach the rest of the people below you with whatever insights you learn from the top and deliver it down. And that's how life goes, the laws of 33, but that's for a different video, I would say. But make sure, guys, your energy is going into one goal, one mission, one life, one direct, clean focus and flow. Otherwise, your attention will be slower, it will dim, you will feel neutral, it will feel jaggy and spiky, and it will feel like your head's bursting every single day, because no matter how much effort you put in, you've still got your foot on the brake and you're burning through all your energy, all your resources every single day. So you got to take your foot off the brake. Let yourself flow. Let that one goal be the one goal, and remove the fear of success, the fear of failure. Be willing to appreciate the friction. Be willing to appreciate the doubt. Be willing to appreciate the fear which comes with it all. Because that is success, guys. And people will look at you like you're an alien. People will look at you like you're on a different planet. People will look at you like, who's that isolated guy? He just seems to stick to his own shit. But when you go full cycle, go full turbo on your goals, you will have to be different. You cannot be average anymore. You cannot be, the same as everyone else, quite frankly. And that is when you cut yourself from a different cloth, and that's when you can actually start cluster fucking your way through to a new level of life. That's when you break through, when there's no distractions, even little conversations. Even if your mum calls you and she's like, oh, how you getting on? Oh, do you hear about this? Do you hear about that? You need to be like, no, mum, I'll FaceTime you once a week on a Sunday. That's when we do it. It can't disturb your flow, especially if you're trying to build a business, if you're trying to get on with your shit. And I know family's important, but I prioritize what's important to me. Because when I'm at my best, I can serve everyone else at their best. So you need to make sure, okay, when are you working? When are you training? When you eating? When you sleeping? When you have a downtime? Social time. You gotta know what hat you're wearing and where your energy is going into certain buckets. Otherwise, you won't be able to repeat a system. And you need a fucking clear-cut system every day that's calculated. There's precision, you're surgical, you're tactical. You're really hard on yourself to adhere to this system, because that's where the consciousness comes from. When you're not in your subconscious mind, you're in your conscious mind, because you're peace, you're in alignment. And once that pipe is aligned and the energy is going through the pipe, you will be in a high enough of a frequency to frequently see the success in which it is you want. So guys, don't get it twisted. Take this on board, run it to the top. If that makes sense or it doesn't make sense, one, you're probably not in the frequency to understand it. If it doesn't make sense, then go watch a Jeff Nippard video or something like that. But this is the gold that no one talks about. We'll see you in the next one. Let's go.